Today, let's answer a very important question. Are Singapore KrisFlyer co-brand credit cards worth it? Now, I'm sure you've seen some of these KrisFlyer co-branded credit cards. I think one of them is American Express KrisFlyer and the other one being UOB KrisFlyer, right? So in this video, let me just break it down, their benefits and what are terms and conditions, because it will give you a fair comparison of whether you should go for them. Now, the good thing about such co-branded Singapore Airlines KrisFlyer credit cards is that there are no transfer fees when you want to transfer your reward miles into the Singapore Airlines KrisFlyer account, right? Most other credit cards, they will charge you like a transfer fee of minimum $25. For example, like DBS, okay, they charge you like $25 per single transfer. So imagine like you need to make multiple transfers per year. That's going to cost like more than $100, right? So I think that's where part of the value lies in the co-branded KrisFlyer credit cards. But the main disadvantage is that you cannot control the expiry date, because whatever points you have earned in the same calendar or statement month will be automatically transferred. It's not like the points will sit there in your bank, then you decide, hey, maybe 2 years later I want to redeem everything, then that will kickstart my expiry, because you realize that KrisFlyer account all have an expiry of 36 months when your miles have been transferred to the KrisFlyer account. So you want to delay as long as possible for transferring the miles. You want to keep like 2 years in your bank credit card portal, then maybe after 2 years you transfer out, you have additional 3 years of expiry in the KrisFlyer account, totaling up to 5 years worth of expiry. But with this kind of KrisFlyer co-branded credit cards, you cannot do that anymore, because it will just kickstart the timer once it's automatically transferred, and you only have 3 years of expiry for KrisFlyer miles. Alright, first up, let's talk about American Express KrisFlyer. Now, this is the blue color card. This is the basic version, and it gives you like 1.1 KrisFlyer miles per dollar. This is on the general local retail spend, but it gives you 2 miles per dollar on Singapore Airlines group, right? For example, SingaporeAir, KrisShop, and that is no cap, you know. Imagine like you buy like a $10,000 first class ticket, okay, and you can get 2 miles per dollar. That is 20,000 miles just on your single purchase of the ticket alone. They will even give you 2 bonus miles for Grab spend up to the first $200 per month. That means that you'll get 3.1 miles per dollar on your Grab services spend, not Grab wallet top-ups, on Grab services spend, like your transportation, your food delivery, and Grab Express, Grab Mart, all that. You also will enjoy a $5,000 bonus miles on your first charge of American Express KrisFlyer Blue. So that's like a first-time user thing. You just spend, you get 5,000 miles. And it comes with a first-year fee waiver. So subsequent years, you may be charged an annual fee, so you can go and call in to waive the fees. Current sign-up bonus with SingSaver is that if you spend a minimum of $2,000 on American Express KrisFlyer, you get 27,000 KrisFlyer miles. So that's a significant bonus, right? Imagine you have like a large spend, more than $2,000 just spending on this American Express KrisFlyer, you get 27,000. That is a really sweet deal. Now, how about the brother than the American Express KrisFlyer Ascent? So this is in a brown color or bronze color if you want to call it, and it's actually an annual fee credit card, which means that you need to pay for the annual fees. I think the annual fees currently is around $330 and you get some benefits as well, such as your Hilton property stay voucher. Okay, you get to enjoy 1 night in a Hilton property hotel, selected list only, not every Hilton hotel, and you also get 4 times airport lounge vouchers, which you could use on the Singapore airport, like the SATS lounge. I think that's quite good. You can use your lounge voucher there. So this American Express KrisFlyer Ascent card will give you 1.2 miles on general local spend, and also 2 miles per dollar on your Singapore Airlines group purchases, including air tickets as well as your KrisShop purchases. And then similar for Grab services, your first $200 spend on Grab services will give you 3.2 miles per dollar. So that's 2 bonus miles. So like I said, for this credit card, you definitely need to pay for the first year annual fee. That's $330, but you get to enjoy some of the benefits. Subsequent years, you can call in or message to waive the annual fees, but you will not get the bonus rewards, right? You will not get the 4 times airport lounge voucher. You will not get a 1 night Hilton stay voucher. So depends on whether you want the rewards or you want to save cash. Okay, for myself, I prefer to save cash. That's why I waive all the annual fees on KrisFlyer Ascent after I've paid for my first year annual fee. And currently, the sign-up offer with SingSaver is that you need to spend $3,000 and you get 40,000 worth of KrisFlyer miles, which is even higher, right? Because there's a much larger spend than KrisFlyer Blue. So imagine like you need to hold some wedding banquet and they accept AMEX, right? You just need to spend $3,000 and you get 40,000 worth of KrisFlyer miles. You can use it for your honeymoon, okay? Go and travel on business class. But what if you don't want to spend so much money, okay, but you still want free money? Then you can consider a look at our sponsor. I know that some of you have missed the chance to get your free kopi from Moomoo last month, and so did I, because this time round inflation has caused my coffee to increase price by 10 cents, and inflation is a necessary devil, right? So how to fight inflation, you may ask, and that is by getting free money. How to get free money then? It's very simple. Just sign up using my referral link for your Moomoo account, then deposit at least $2,700 to get a chance to spin the stock wheel, and you can get up to one free Amazon stock. Then next, you know what to do? You may take out a sum of $100 out of your cash deposit and start a Moomoo Cash Plus. Now once you have invested at least $100 in Moomoo Cash Plus, you'll get a daily cashback coupon of $2 for 30 days. And you know, $2 times 30 days, that is $60 worth of free money. And I can give you 4 very specific reasons why you should use Moomoo Cash Plus. Firstly, there's no monthly negative return to date. Secondly, with the rising interest rate environment, there is potential earnings from this. Next, the process to subscribe and the process to redeem it is really fast and quick. And lastly, there's potential income daily, even on the weekends. So this is how I will use Moomoo Singapore and Moomoo Cash Plus to fight inflation. Alright, another bank I want to look at is the UOB KrisFlyer credit card. Okay, this credit card is actually quite special. You earn 3 KrisFlyer miles per dollar spent on Singapore Airlines Group, including your SingaporeAir, your KrisShop, and specifically Scoot. Not only you earn 3 KrisFlyer miles per dollar on Singapore Airlines Group, you will also earn 3 miles per dollar on the following categories, like dining, food delivery, online shopping, online travel, transport, with $500 worth of annual spend with the Singapore Airlines Group, which I think is not bad as well, because the 3 miles per dollar on these other selected categories are uncapped. You know, 4 miles per dollar usually got capped one, right? Every month they maybe limit you to $1,000, $2,000. But 3 miles per dollar on UOB KrisFlyer, no cap, you know. But on selected categories only, you have to balance the adjustment. Now, how the 3 miles per dollar works is that it comes with a base miles of 1.2 miles per dollar for general local spend. Then the additional bonus is 1.8 miles per dollar. And this additional bonus for these other categories will only come in like 14 months after you've done the spending, because they need to make sure you qualify for the $500 of annual spending first. So that's like 12 months for them to validate. Hey, you got spent $500 on Singapore Airlines Group, then you can get the additional 1.8 miles per dollar. Otherwise, I think it's quite a fair requirement, right? You just need to qualify for the 500 annual spend on KrisFlyer or any other kind of Singapore Airlines Group, then they give you 1.8 miles. It's a fair trade. Well, one thing we have to be very careful about UOB credit cards is that there will be certain UOB dollar merchants, and these UOB dollar merchants will not give you any miles if you spend with them with the UOB credit card, because they will give you some very bad cashback kind of thing. So you want to avoid spending on such merchants. I did put a link to the UOB dollar merchants, but if you want to be more careful, just avoid any payment stations with the UOB logo there. I think that's more dangerous, right? Because most likely with the UOB logo, they are a UOB dollar merchant, and that will not qualify you for any kind of additional bonus miles. Also, after the first year annual fee waiver, there will be annual fees of $192, but you do get like 10,000 miles if you actually paid for the annual fee. So you decide whether $192 is worth more for you or 10,000 miles is worth more for you. That will decide whether you want to pay for the annual fee or you just call in to waive. But I think the main benefit of this credit card, you get to enjoy exclusive Scoot benefits. You have priority check-in and boarding, you have more baggage allowance, you can do seat selection, and you can even have a booking flexibility waiver. I mean, all this for budget airlines is really a luxury, right? Like everything you need to pay. You want priority boarding, you need to pay. You want extra baggage, you also need to pay. You want seat selection, all these need to pay. But with UOB KrisFlyer credit card, if you book it on Scoot, then you are eligible for these benefits for free, which I think is a fairly good deal, right? So with the UOB KrisFlyer credit card, most likely they will ask you to apply for UOB KrisFlyer savings account as well. The UOB KrisFlyer account will enable you to earn your earn rate out to 6 miles per dollar when you credit your salary to the UOB KrisFlyer account. But you realize that the bonus KrisFlyer miles earned on this UOB KrisFlyer account is capped at 5% on your monthly average balance. Meaning that if you have $10,000 of monthly average balance on your UOB KrisFlyer account, you will only earn 500 bonus miles per month, and that is the cap, you know. Also, as with other bank accounts, there's a fall below fee of $2 if you do not meet the monthly average balance of $1,000, and if you close the account prematurely before 6 months, you'll get to pay a penalty of $30 as well. So really, I would say that for this kind of Singapore Airlines KrisFlyer co-branded credit cards, just get it for the benefits, right? Because they will come with some kind of annual fees depending on whether you want to pay or not. And you want to enjoy this kind of benefits, then you go for these cards. Otherwise, Feature-wise, they are much better credit cards. They are non-co-branded. But I felt that out of all of them, the UOB KrisFlyer does make a very unique benefit because it has uncapped 3 miles per dollar on selected categories, provided that you spend $500 with them every year. KrisFlyer account, I think don't bother lah. There are much better savings account out there. But if you want to look at what are my top credit cards, my top 5 credit cards for 2022, then you have to look at my previous video over here because most of them are miles and rewards credit card that will enable you to earn 4 miles per dollar.